Okay, welcome back. Just finished cleaning the breeding cages. Very satisfying to see. I've been cleaning these cages once every 2 weeks. Obviously with the mesh flooring, it's not a worry, it's not a health concern, so it makes it very sustainable. The loft and open aviary setup, I do have mesh flooring there too, but also daily scrape the concrete area where the feeders are. It's not too hard and is also sustainable. And this is Serena. She keeps a lookout. This is the natural pest control officer right here. She actually did a very good job catching a mouse yesterday. Good girl, Serena. Good girl. Having a cat or a dog just patrolling all day, every day, excellent for rodent control. I don't see any mice droppings here, no signs of rats or anything like that. Keeps everything clean and keeps the birds healthy. Alright, let's take a look at the frills that I've bred so far. Racers make great fosterers. This baby here is a little bit sick, so I've separated it from the rest. It's come down with a respiratory illness, so it's being treated though. It's doing well. You can see it's very energetic and keen to live. Alright, here they are. They're doing a great job at raising them, and I'll show you an example of how good they are at feeding. If you take a look at this baby over here, nice and full, very well fed, and it's got great structure. That's the first thing I look at, is the structure of the bird. Color comes second. A wise man once told me, build the house and then paint it. Following that advice, I've achieved some great results, and I'm very happy. So this bird is a cross between two colors. It's a white crossed with a mealy blondinet, or you can also call it a lavender. Some people call it ash red. I guess it depends on the community. I'll just close this and get a glimpse of this bird in the sun. I think it's a cock bird so far, because it does have black, or you can see the feathers there. There's about 5 or 6 feathers of black or a dark grey. That normally is a sign that it's a cock bird. So let's just see. And you can see the frills already showing. The crest is pretty good. Foot covering is awesome. I have gone with the white bands for the light color birds this season, which is looking very good actually. Come on, little boy. There we go. That's that there. So this will be a great bird to cross back into my seraphim project and continue working on structure. There you go. Whoops. Put you back in your nest. And this is a black lace satinet. You can see black lace satinet right here. Also very well fed. And the lacing starting to come through. Now for those of you that do breed pied birds, you know how complicated this is and how much patience it requires. The markings aren't great on this bird, so I'm hoping it does have good structure and I can put it back into the breeding plan. The tail's starting to lace there, so, and you can see it does get sometimes feathers there on the face, which is another problem with these birds sometimes. But nonetheless, you've got to wait till it's about 6 months or a year old, and then you can make a better judgment. Off you go, little fella. Thank you, foster parents. Doing a great job. Doing a great job. Now, I don't only use them as fosterers. I do really love the racers too. So you can see a spread red there and a yellow checker. This cockbird took forever to pair up. He's very fussy, but he seems to like her, so that's good. These birds are getting picked up next week. These birds are fostering 2 eggs actually. I don't know if they're fertile yet, so we'll check in the next couple of days. I always leave some empty space just in case you get a bird that needs to be looked after or anything. Okay. Here we go. This is the selective breeding setup. There's 12 boxes here. This pair I'm trying to breed for structure. If they end up with good colors and good markings, that's a bonus. Again, focusing on structure here with these 2 birds. These are some successful babies so far. So you can see a black spread, a yellow lace blondinet, 2 satinets over there, and a ash red over there, or a mealy. And then this here is from my Seraphim line. As you can see, they still sometimes throw back to the red. Okay, most of them breed pure white, but sometimes this comes back in the genetics, and I will only be using this bird if it has good structure. If not, it will not be part of the plan. But regardless, that'll be a very nice bird once it's fully grown. Thank you. These 2 over here finally did get fertile eggs from these after the 4th try, I think. For those of you that have dealt with oriental frills, you know how sensitive they are and how much patience they require. So thank you for those fertile eggs. Hoping to breed good lacing out of these, so a black lace or a brown lace. These 2 over here, I did get 1 fertile egg out of them, finally, but unfortunately it was abandoned. As you can see, this cockbird is not very well marked, but I'm using him for structure to improve the hen, which has perfect markings. She has perfect markings. Just one second, okay? She has perfect markings, and hoping I can breed some nice khaki birds out of this pair. He's a red, she's a khaki, but you can still breed out of those 2. Alright, I'm just going to close this before he flies out and tries to take my head off. Goodness me. He's an aggressive cockbird. These 2 here, I did get a fertile egg out of them so far. I think it was after the 3rd try. And trying to get more blues out of this. So she's also a little bit aggressive. He's got awesome structure, and I'm hoping he will improve that structure and she'll improve the markings. That's the plan there. These 2, they have been doing a great job. They have been doing a great job. That's the male, that's the female, and so far they've had 2 eggs that were fertile. Unfortunately did not hatch because I didn't have them under competent fosterers, and they've actually got 2 hatchlings now in the fostering cage, and they're going quite well. So now they're on to their 3rd round of eggs. I'm just waiting for 1 more egg, I think, and yeah, so far they've been doing a great job. Obviously with these I'm trying to breed red blondinets, and red blondinet spot tails, and the structure on both is quite good. He has a better frill on his chest. You can see on the chest there he's got a better frill, but nonetheless they will do good. Over here you can see a personal project of mine, just yellow spread oriental frills. First time pairing these two up. Again, improving structure. Color's pretty good on them. He does have one white feather there, but that's fine. White does like to sneak in, so that's all good. He's got good structure. She's got good color. No history of any white feathers, so we'll see. These two races just paired up today, actually. I will use them to foster, but they will also be breeding. As you can see, they're both impressive color-wise and structure-wise. She is the most picky hen that I have. Goodness me. It took maybe 6 months to pair her up. Finally, he was man enough for her. I'll get the frills to foster their eggs. The frills can feed the racers or any long beak breed simply because of the beak compatibility. These two here, I'm very excited. I did get 2 fertile eggs from these, so I'm trying to achieve blondinet black bars from this pair. So just like him, but better markings, so with the white bars and the spot tail, and eventually a better black, darker black color. If they come out like her, that's also okay, but I do have an abundance of yellow birds, so that's fine there. These two here, no luck so far. Beautiful birds, but nothing fertile from them yet. Nothing fertile from this pair either. They are brown satinet on the right and then a red satinet on the left. I think I'm getting my colors right. There's so much to learn about these genetics, and I'm forever a student, so if I get anything wrong, just let me know in the comments so I can polish my knowledge. But yeah, that's the brief run on everything that I've had so far in there. And then turning to the Avairy setup, I did recently temporarily put some wire floor down. It's just a temporary setup just to see what's going to be permanent, and so far great result in terms of health. Their droppings have been great every morning, and they don't mind it at all. It's better this way, especially when it rains. You don't have to worry. Now, a lot of these birds here are not doing much. Open loft breeding is a risk sometimes. You'll get some crossbreeding going on. I do prefer the selective breeding, but sometimes here you will have valid pairs, like this Seraphim pair here. If they lay, that's fine. I will have them breed. This is an example here. You've got a satinet with a blondinet. Breeding this will be a major mistake. You don't want to introduce the hygiene into those blondinets. It's a very old pigeon here. Hello, Big Red. Hello, Big Red. Very old cockbird of mine, and I've bred all the reds and blacks from him actually. Some more over here. There's only one baby here, which we'll take a look at. Now, this is the bird at the start of the video. That's his baby. So this is the bird that I crossed with the Seraphims. So he's an ash red, mealy, lavender, whatever you want to call it. I crossed him with my Seraphims, that's the color they're holding anyway. They appear to be white, but this is what they are. And yeah, great result so far. Just gonna grab this baby over here. Hello, Rosie. This is Rosie, one of my young Seraphim hens. Let's see your baby. And this is her baby. You can see they feed pretty well. There will come a time where they may need help, but so far so good. This is a pure white seraphim baby, being fed by the original parents. As it gets older, they probably will abandon it, and not because they want to, but because they can no longer feed it. The beak gets too big, and it no longer is compatible. There we go. Hello. That's the father of both of the red blondinets I showed you earlier in the breeding box. That's the father there. Great bird. Always a good result from him. That's the oldest seraphim cockbird that I have. And that's the black lace hen. And the cockbird is somewhere where I bred the babies from at the start. There he is over there. You can see he's in the middle. He's marked a lot better than she is. Her structure is better. Alright. There you go. Food's good. These feeders are excellent. If you can get these feeders, you don't have to worry about anything at all. Stays dry, stays clean, and for the short beaks, this is great because it's actually elevated in the middle, and then it goes to the sides. The food goes to the sides on both ends. And in the grit there, I've got some calcium carbonate mixed in with the grit. They love it, and obviously with the breeding season on, you can see over there, with the breeding season on, you want to make sure they have a lot of calcium in their diet. Now this drinker, the water is replaced every single morning. As you can see, it's very clean, and believe it or not, this drinker is actually over 10 years old and still very clean. I would drink out of it myself, so that's the standard I want to maintain. Onto the other side now. This is where most of the races are fostering here, open loft style. Can't see them too well, maybe because of the lighting, and also installed some wire floor here to stop them from pecking at the floor. Same setup here with the feed, and here they are. There are a few babies in here at the moment. You can see some are just sitting on eggs, and some have babies there. So this is a yellow blondinet baby. You can see the racer's doing a great job at feeding. So this is a yellow blondinet, and this is a red blondinet baby. And don't want to disturb them, but there's a satinet baby under there, very, very young still, so probably not really worth looking at. There is one baby I wanted to check under here, which wasn't fed too well this morning. There we go. So this baby had an empty crop this morning, but nice and full and warm right now. This one's needed extra attention from the start, but it's looking healthy. One way I like to tell if a baby is healthy is by looking at the face. The eyes don't lie. And of course, opening the inside of the beak and making sure that there's no canker underneath or anything like that. Hello, hello. Yeah, I think this is a hen. Hello, you're nice and warm, aren't you? You're nice and warm. We'll put you back now. There we go. They're fostering a seraphim baby under there. The Serbian high flyers do a great job when it comes to fostering also. So you can see here we've got two baby satinets being fostered under this pair, both fed very well. Obviously at this age feeding is not too hard. It's when they grow older that's when it gets a little bit challenging. It's this egg over here. Okay, it's good. Alright, we're going to leave you alone these birds on this side are very active, not calm like the frills. Alright, that's the run. A very exciting season ahead. It's only a month and a few days into spring now, and so far I've had a good start, and I'm very grateful for all the birds here and wish to progress accordingly. Thank you for watching.